Hey, everybody. How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you, Andrew?
Good, very good. So yeah, as people come in, just want to remind everybody that you're here today for new features in Adobe Firefly with me, Andrew Kavanagh, and my friend Rick McCawley. So yeah, going to be a great day of
Yeah,
lots of
a real
creative features.
good-looking Rick McCawley. Few minutes younger than I am today, but hey, that's the magic of Firefly, right?
Are you going to Max this year? I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. It was in Miami last time, so it was right in my backyard. So that was
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, this
But I'm
time
ready to get
back
out
in.
of town because it's too hot down here, man. I tell you.
Yeah, yeah, back in LA in October, right before Halloween too, which is kind of fun. It's sort of like you go to Max and then you can celebrate Halloween right after.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's my birthday too, October 25th. So
Oh,
right
cool.
there. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so let's see. So first, before we begin, lots to go over today, but before we begin, just wanted to remind everyone to please give StreamYard permission to show your name and profile pic if you are watching from Facebook. So
Yes,
that
indeed.
was credit when you comment or ask questions, streamyard.com/Facebook. And then wanted to give a bit of a shout out to StreamYard. StreamYard makes it possible for doing these live streams, streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, sometimes Twitter. So multi-streaming to various places all at once. And
And it
StreamYard
makes you
makes
look like you're a TV professional. I mean, this is the top notch. This is the software to use,
that's
man.
just me. That's just
In fact, I always come on with Andrew because he's got this whole setup. He's got it. He knows how to
that's
do it. He
just me.
knows how to get the flash on there. So,
That's just
yeah, you want to
me.
look like a professional. So if you're doing this, man, you need to sign up because it's not expensive
StreamYard's
considering what
good.
you get.
And
Because
then
we've got basically NBC, CBS, and all that wrapped up in one little studio that the
StreamYard.
two of us, he's actually operating the whole operation.
All right, cool. And then let's see here. Oh yeah. So wanted to also mention the new BenQ screen bar Halo 2. As you can see here up top is the
Ooh.
screen bar Halo 2, which is from BenQ. And it has, as you can see, comprehensive lighting enhancement, precise control, and so you get like a little puck that you can change the lighting, the temperature, and then it fits any monitor. So a little shout out to that. And then also just another shout out as a BenQ ambassador. Uh, love BenQ monitors, so do check out the various monitors by BenQ, such as this one, the BenQ PD3225U, which has deeper blacks, Thunderbolt 3 capabilities, MBook mode, display P3 colors that are tonal control for Mac devices, always consistent and accurate colors. BenQ, good stuff.
Yeah, Andrew, you're not just pushing good products. You're talking professional products. So not only if you want
Yep.
to look good on TV, definitely StreamYard. If you want to get the images quality that matches, I mean, I've been doing this for 50 years of my life professionally, being an
Yep.
image maker, photographer, etc. And so these are the products you need because you got to step up your game so that it's as good as you are. All
Yep.
of your tools just make you look good, and it just represents you correctly, which you
Cool.
got to pay respect to yourself, spend a little extra dollars, and
Nice.
do it right.
Excellent. All right. So I'm going to jump in to Firefly first, show a little text to video and maybe a mix of image to video, and then let Rick do his version of it. And I'm always curious to see what themes, I came up with, what themes will Rick come up in comparison. So I used to beat my head against the wall trying to come up with prompts. And then I think Rick was one of the first people to tell me, why aren't you using the power of AI itself for the prompts too?
There you
So
go.
the
There you
prompts have
go.
become very easy to get nice details. So, okay. So let me share my screen, do a little text to video. Okay. You can see my screen, Rick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So here I am in firefly.adobe.com. As you can see here, this is like the featured section. You got text to image, text to video, boards, text to sound, translate video, text to vector, whole variety. You can also then dial down directly into, say, image. If you want to do text to image, generative fill, etc. Then there's also a video tab where you do text to video, image to video, which is a lot of what we're going over today. And then there's audio, where we're going to go over some of these features: text to sound effects, text to avatar, and maybe voice to sound effects. Pretty cool. So going to video, I go to text to video, your ideas in motion, meet generate video. I'm surprised I didn't say generative video, but all right. So main things to be aware is you can see yes at the bottom. That's where I will paste or type my prompt. On the top left, you have Firefly video or partner models, where you can use VO3 or VO2, which
Yeah, this is pretty new, right, Andrew? So what's with these other companies coming into Adobe's turf? Is that extra money involved, or what's going on?
Yeah, I think if you add to it, it takes up more credits, and then
Right.
your credits might go down faster, but it's just giving you a different kind of stylization. More options is what people like. So, and
Yeah,
then
one of the things Adobe's done recently is they're giving you a ticker to tell you how much gas you got in the tank, right? So you
yeah,
can
how many
spend your
credits
credits
you're
on
using?
VO3 is the top model that there is on the planet right now. I mean, give it another week and somebody else
Sure,
to come up with it. But so if you want to spend that extra time and you want to get that extra professionalism that's more on task, then you
sure,
go to some other models. So it's really
right,
nice that Adobe, which is ethically built, it also
right.
tells you when you use these other
Well,
models,
well,
just be aware.
we got so much to do, so let's focus
All
on
right, it's all
the
right. I'll get to
creating.
that. Right.
All right, so resolution, it's set to 540p, which is pretty low. So you want to go to 720p or 1080p. Normally I would do 1080p, but I might choose 720p for today just so it's faster. Um, and then you have the aspect ratio, widescreen, vertical, and square. Um, it's great for different options. Vertical is for like those shorts and reels that they're always pushing on social. But I do
Yep.
think widescreen 16:9 is best for this type of animation or motion. So, and then it defaults to 24 frames per second, and it's only 5 seconds for now. They're kind of teasing us, but hopefully that'll change to 10 or 15 seconds in the future. Um,
But you can add on to that later, though, right? Once
I
you do
think
the
you can
first
like
five
do another, yeah,
seconds.
you can do another video and then kind of merge them
Right.
together in Adobe Express.
Right.
And then of course they're letting you know that you can use a reference image that you can upload for composition. And then there's the shot size options: stream, close up shot, medium shot. And then there is camera angle. So that's pretty nice if you have a real specific kind of aesthetic or perspective you want. And then, of course, different kinds of motion. And then they even go down into style, which I imagine they're going to keep adding different kind of stylization effects. But I'm just going to kind of go with what I have. And then there's also, now they're telling us, which is a new feature, that there's now prompt enhancement. So you can get better generated content by turning on prompt enhancement. So when I click that, my short descriptive of a little girl, colorful astronaut floating in space, is now a little girl dressed in a vibrant, colorful astronaut suit with twinkling lights floats great. Starry universe, her hair flows behind. So very descriptive. So that's good. I appreciate that. Nice little addition. And I just hit the generate button, bottom right. You see the cute little character tilting his head. It goes pretty fast. We're almost halfway done already. But yeah, that's nice. That new, well, that's his premium features, but that, yeah, okay, cool. So then it comes up. I hit the preview button. And you can see she's floating in the universe. And then, of course, you can hover. You can favorite if you like. You can submit it to the gallery. So once you submit
Awesome.
the gallery, it goes to the Firefly gallery, and people can like the video, view the video. They can use and remix the prompt, and then you can, I guess, vote on your own image, which is kind of weird. Then you can also, of course, download it. And then if you go up to the top left, it just tells you that it's the content credentials, at what time, July 25th. And then there's the generate sound effects element here, top right. So one thing I wanted to show is, so with this girl, this is kind of similar to what I was hoping for, but what I can also do is do the, instead of just text to video, there's also image to video. And by doing that, you just go to this frame section where it says first frame, click there to upload from my device, and go to today's presentation. And then I have another kind of image that I created in Firefly of a little girl as an astronaut floating through. So it'll reference that for composition and maybe some stylization. So I just open that. That's a little preview. And then I hit generate again. And then almost halfway done already, pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a real speedy model. I've tried a bunch of other ones, and it's definitely one of the fastest.
Yeah, it's better than Model 3, that's for sure, right?
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to, so you're going to get another one, and then you could add sound to this. You could extend it longer. Now, the camera motions, so you have some subtle movement left and right, up and down, panning, static. Those are really nice because while your prompt for a still image is just the text, right? Then you want to move the camera around the scene that you've created. So how do you strategize that when you're designing a situation? So you started with a prompt, so you're generating the image and then you're moving it around.
Right. So now that I added the, text, I did text to video, then I have, image, video from image. So there's the frame. So now it's
Right.
more of this Caucasian child, but it has a similar kind of floating. And then Rick makes a good point that, if you feel that you're a little constrained, I can go over to motion and I can say, you know what, I want a little bit more movement. So maybe I'll say move left. And then
Gotcha.
I would just hit generate again, and it would, follow that same text prompt of all the instructions plus the reference image, but hopefully move left. So yeah, I always like to kind of start pure and then add on, right? Like,
Yeah.
first a short prompt, then use that prompt suggestions, then an image as a reference. And then, okay, so let's see if it did that.
So an image reference starts you at a place where you know it is. Then you add a camera movement. And then if you want to enhance the image, you could use the magic prompter, which kind of moves the words around until the computer language understands what you're saying, right?
What's that? What's the magic prompter?
So in the bottom right next to generate, you can have it take a look at when you're making a still image. I use this a lot, right? So I'm not quite getting what I want. And so I hit
You
magic
mean the
prompt.
enhanced prompt?
Yeah, it enhances the prompt to kind of give you something.
It's funny you gave it a new name, magic prompter.
Yeah, yeah. We need to use the right ones because we don't want to confuse people. It's
I was
confusing
like,
enough. There's a lot
what's
of
this new
options.
feature he's talking about?
There's a ton of options, aren't there?
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So what I want to do now is do another series where I do the text to video, image to video, and then I'll turn it over to Rick to do the same. So
Okay.
this one I'm going to do a different type of image, but pretty fun, maybe surreal image as well. So, of course, I get rid of the prompt. I paste in my prompt. And then, of course, you want to go to the reference image and click the X to get rid of that. You don't want a reference image that's not related to your prompt. Now, what I'd like to do is just see what it comes up with my prompt. Well, have fun with it, right? So I'm going to go over to the enhanced prompt and click on it and let it add extra details. So glowing translucent jellyfish-like creature drifts among vibrant cosmic clouds and distant planets. And then I hit generate.
Now we're going on a trip, right? I love the generating video.
Yeah.
I want to make that guy next.
Yeah, the wind through his hair.
Right. We're talking less than a minute really to do 5 seconds of video, which is pretty extraordinary when you think about it.
I still wish it was 10 seconds though, right? I
mean, that's tomorrow and the next version. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. So that should be nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. So then I'm going to go and I'm going to hit the play.
Oh, sweet.
So for sure, one thing that I would request, if Adobe has our ear, is I would, besides 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or 15 seconds would be great. Also, a way to do some quick kind of like tonal correction or image correction would be great. If you felt like I
Mm,
like this style, but it feels a little faded.
yeah.
Nice to boost the contrast or do like a curves. Um, and then also, movement. So like if they had a slider for the speed of movement, like I like the movement, but I feel like it's a little slow, and it'd be fun to make it just a tad faster.
Yeah. So when you're doing still images, you've got the ability to pick a style and then, but you do have the camera movement. So that's, you're
Right.
looking at a still image that you're going around or you're moving, zooming in and out. That's what I love about it.
Right. So now I'm going to grab an image to reference, and then
Gotcha.
as you can see here,
Yeah.
pop
Now you
up,
got your color coming in.
the color and contrast, and it's coming from left to
Yeah.
right as opposed to kind of middle upwards. So let's see if this kind of brings it into more of this kind of style, and then hit generate. It's
Can you
waiting for.
actually, when you, there it is. Yeah, we got a new guy. So where it says the frame, are you able to slide up and down as to how much influence that original picture has in your overall scenario?
Okay, sorry, I was reading one of the questions. Say that again, Rick. Sorry.
Where you have the frame there,
Right.
can you slide up and down as to how much that influences it, or it just starts with that frame as your
No,
first frame and then
there's
builds on?
you
Okay,
have a first frame, and then you can also put an end frame, but you
okay.
but you can't. There's no
Ah,
slider at how much you want it to influence your image.
so
But
you
you
could start over in image making, make one start image, and then have it be in a different position with your astronaut from the previous scene for the last image, and it'll make that translation where the jellyfish is meeting your astronaut,
mm,
theoretically.
sure, yeah, and you can merge two different videos in Adobe Express.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is, and it pretty much took over the whole kind of look and
Yeah, that's
composition
much
of
better.
the reference image. So let's now, once again,
Oh,
it's
this
cool, but a little slow. Um, so it'd be nice where they have motion if they had like a speed slider or something. I think that would be good.
can you say that within your prompt? Can you say moving quickly or slow motion?
Let's see. It's 10 rows.
Because I don't think it had does a colorful nebula, planets, reflecting creatures. So that's more a description of the image rather than what you want to do with
Right.
the
So I
image.
do have the word drifts. So jellyfish
Okay, so
like
that's probably why
creature.
it's slow.
Um,
Quickly undulates or
yeah,
explodes or whatever.
quickly
Some modifier, I guess, huh?
flies. I don't know if it's technically flying, but quickly flies among. So I'll hit generate
Yeah.
again, just real quick to see that.
I mean, it is natural language, so you speak the way you think you want it to be, and
Right.
that's kind of its job, right? So I think the differentiation is between image making, you're setting up the scene and the objects in it. Here you're
And
actually,
Dax
yeah,
thing would be great
make it
to make.
loop. Hey
Right. So
Dax, how are you?
you could take it into, Express and, double up the frames too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well, you
cool.
can do a start frame and an end frame, so you can have it end where the two characters are together, and
Right.
then you can string
As
it
well as,
together.
give it a kind of different destination. Yeah.
Oh, plus, you remember the floating girl that you did originally? You could go into Express, knock out the background, or you could do that in Firefly, right? Can you knock out the background in Firefly?
I think that's more of a direct image than the video, but you
Okay.
just gave them a good idea though, right?
Well, I've actually done it in Express where I knock out in video the whole background and then I composite it right on top of this video, and you got them both together, which is kind of cool.
Well, now it's your turn to have some fun. So
Okay.
it's your
Do I
turn to
need
do
to
some
press
text
any
and
buttons or
video.
just go on over to my screen, the new
Yeah,
place?
just go on over to your screen. I think it's ready, right?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
So a couple of things just to give you an idea. First, I always start with a still image, and the reason why. So here's the prompt: a dramatic fantasy scene, blah blah blah. So this is the prompt that I've developed that worked, right? So I use a ChatGPT or whatever. Now, what's kind of cool is when you make that image, you then have art style, photo intensity. You've got all these references, and I loaded up a picture that I had successful to get an even better one. Now, what's really cool is that now you have Firefly and Imagen 4 from Google. You've got ChatGPT here. That's amazing. You've got all
Right.
3 fluxes.
But do let people know that with the King's
That's
Crown
extra cost, right? That indicates more money, more credits,
premium,
and it tells you before you do it. So I did the same thing, and I ended up with this image, which
right?
is pretty cool, and it kind of got me to where I want to go. So what I did is I came over to Firefly, I load up this image. Now what I can do, as you were suggesting, is I could come up and load from my device
An end frame as well.
an end frame. Now I don't have an end frame right now, but so what I'm doing here is I'm saying, take this image of a fire breathing dragon blows fire on a book, diorama, tiny illustrated people run off the book in the desk. Then I can add one of these movements. So
Yeah.
let's say that we do, let's zoom
Which
in.
was nice because with mine kept doing that same kind of drift, and then you reminded me of
Right.
the camera movement, so I
So
made it go move
now
left.
I've already got this one. This is with a static camera. Let me just show you what that looks like. Okay. So that's just with a static camera. That means the
Yeah,
camera's
that's
not
cool.
moving at all. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to zoom in, and then I'm going to hit generate. And just so we have that easy bake oven ease of this, while it's generating, I've already gone and done this. So here is with a little bit of camera movement.
Ooh, that's nice.
And this is with rotating around the scene. So there's your 5 seconds. And then as if that's not fun enough, here's a different one with more of a zoom in kind of thing. Now you got the
Mhm.
people. All right. Now, what's awesome about this is you can go in and add audio to it. Now, I'm just going to give you a sneak preview, and we'll go back to this later because I know that we just wanted to talk about video right now. But so here is enter full screen. I think this is with the audio attached. So the
Okay.
audio, you record your voice, and then you tell this is a fire breathing dragon. And I went, right?
Okay. Yeah. Pretty cool.
And so that took that video, and now I've got something really cool to play with, right? So the idea is kind of set it up that you're Steven Spielberg and you're making this movie about dragons, and you can sit there and go from one step to the next. So,
Yeah.
just kind of recap, here's the first iteration with a still camera.
Right,
And then
and I
here's
can see with these different variations, you could then merge the video
right.
in Express and then make like a longer, nice video. Yeah.
That's it. So 2 things I would also suggest that you do is download each one, go over to Adobe Express, put them end to end, and you can create your loop if you want to there, because Adobe Express allows you to flip it backwards. And then if you go generate the audio, which, so the main thing to know, because you can get really confused really fast, here is what Firefly offers to you, right? So you got image, video, audio. So if you want to do the audio, you just come over here and you add new sound effects.
Right, but we were going to go over that
Yeah,
later,
I
though.
don't want to get ahead. I just wanted to show you that that's where you can head. And then the other thing is you can render this prompt by using some new tools that weren't there before. Again, you're paying the extra money, but you might as well while you're here, and you can see how quickly. Now, if you're using Imagen, it's only going to make one image. You don't have the variations that you have with the full
Yeah.
Firefly product. So, stick with this. This was done from the exact same prompt, but just a couple of different other options. And then always do 2 things. For me, I download or I go to Photoshop, or my favorites, I hit favorites.
Right.
Why? Because then you close this and you want to know what you've done today. How did I spend my entire all these credits and do all this stuff? You then go to your files, and everything you've done, and these are the stuff I've been working on today, just today. This is just a little bit from today. And I could go back to each one of these. And so I
Rick
can see,
doesn't sleep.
yeah, no, I don't sleep. I'm a 65-year-old man. And I get 3 hours of sleep, but that's what you do this for, right? So, I think for
But this is the
inspiration,
lesson. If you're only going to get 3 hours of sleep, then be
yeah,
productive like Rick and do some cool images like this.
or you can just use Firefly because it's on your phone too. So I did some of the stuff in bed. I'm not even joking right here.
Cool.
I mean, that's what's cool about this whole thing, is that you've got all this capability. So I don't want to get away from the video, but so your video thing is text to video. So you're just writing words. Image to video. I think that's the #1 way to go. If you want to
Yeah.
be Steven Spielberg, you got to set the scene with a storyboard, right?
And
And then
one
we'll
thing I was
talk
going to
about,
say, one thing I was going to say about image to video that I think you'll totally agree with is that when you create, sometimes creating in Firefly is quite a good image, but also sometimes creating in Korea, or as you would
yep,
say, ideogram or
yep.
Leonardo, and then bringing that in as a reference image, then it kind of
Yeah,
gives them more depth to it, right?
yeah, in full disclosure, what I actually did is I went over to Ideogram to create. I uploaded the picture, and this is the prompt I got. So I uploaded the picture of what I wanted, which I created in Midjourney a long time ago. And so then I have that all your source material. Think about it, your sketchbook, right? You're an artist, you got a sketchbook, and then I can take that over here, and that's what this is. I just put it right there, and that
Sure.
created the image.
Nice.
Then the image, what I want to do in part two is make that image into a motion. That's where I introduce the motion of the camera. And then if I want it to be, if I want the villagers to run off the side of the desk, which I did that in another application, it said it can't do that because it's endangering humans or something like that. It's like
That's
one of
funny.
those prompt fails, you're like, really?
Warning. You got a warning.
We're worried about pretend villagers. I'm sorry, but I think I said they were burning to death, which I get why it didn't want
Right.
that to
Certain words. Yes. Certain. Now, this is wonderful. Now, did you want to do another image for like image to video before we go on to Firefly boards?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do the fire? We'll kick it back and forth, and if we have time at the end, we'll go deeper and deeper as people
Right.
ask us questions.
So,
Yeah.
so I was going to show Firefly boards in a very
Okay.
basic way, but but
Yeah.
Rick already gave me a little teaser of how nice he's made his. So let me. You should tell me that.
Switch screens here.
Um,
I'm sorry.
so I will share my screen and do basic boards, and then Rick will do some great boards. Okay, so yeah, so bring my screen over. There we are. Okay, so I'm back in Firefly Video. Now, if I go back, the little back arrow, you have all the featured areas. So once you go to featured, you see that boards is top right. So if I click on boards, it will keep your recent ones. So I have one right there, but you would just say, and then there's, featured ones. So there's different ways you can kind of preview ideas for like
Yeah, I
storyboard,
mean,
product
so as a
design.
graphic design teacher, this is absolutely fundamental. We do a mood board for every project we do, whether it's an illustration or a storyboard on a movie, right? So that's what this is. It's a
Yeah.
storyboard, but it's also a mood board. It's also a product board. It's also, as you see there,
And,
character design.
and
Aw-
as I will show, I like it as just kind of like a simple, like a portfolio grouping type of thing.
Yes, yes.
So to
And
go
you can share
here,
these, right? So you could share your board with me.
right. So starts off with the describe what you want to generate. So you can automatically generate another image. If you go to the top left, there's like, a select option, and then there's like shape options, and then you can upload. So I can say upload from my device. Well, there's even the images of there, but let me just go down to some AI art images. And I've been having fun with that whole porcelain series. So let me see if I can find those.
Yeah. So it can be a personal storyboard for an artist to kind of see where they're going stylistically
Yeah.
and set a tone. So you can put text on there, video on there that plays. You can put still images, resize them.
Yeah. I'll do 3 porcelain, put like
Okay.
another one. Yeah, it's just a mix. I thought I had a folder of it, but so I say open, then we get it's kind of like connected as a group. And so I'd have to click. And then
God,
once you
that's
click,
amazing.
it's already nicely organized. And then you'll see that there is corner points. So if I hold the Option key on a Mac, Alt on a PC, it'll do all 4 at once, and then
By the center, yeah.
bring it up. Yeah, by the center, exactly. And I bring it up. And then I think what I did in practice was I went to my device and kind of looked for other images for background. So I was looking for some kind of wide images for background.
Mm.
The problem I'm having with all this like AI art is you can create so many images that it's like I start putting them in one folder. I'm like, okay, in what folder was that? So there's
And
so
I
many.
put like over 400 images in one storyboard
See?
just to give you an idea of the capacity of this thing, including video and audio. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so here's
crazy.
videos and got a
It's
next.
a whole new way of thinking about your art, isn't it?
Oh, it's wild though. It's I feel like it's like you have this magic genie and you can just kind of knock them.
Is
Okay,
it a
so
full release
here's one
product
that's
or are we talking beta still?
I don't think this is it in beta? I can't
I don't
remember
think
what
anymore. I think it was for a while because I got an early release thing and I was like, oh my God, what can I do with this? It'll take you a minute.
So here's placing this kind of like background image. So I'm just kind of resizing it. Maybe I'll do both.
And then you just right click and send it to back or bring it to front or
That's
whatever.
correct. That's correct. So so
And
just
for the,
resizing it, then right click. And
oh
then as
wow,
you can
look at
see
all
here,
that.
there's like bring to front, bring forward, send backward. So if I say send backward, you see one image. If I say
Right.
send it back, then you see the whole series.
Wow.
And then of course, there's a text tool. So I can go and I can say, add my texts. I could just say latest AI art or something, whatever. And then of course you have a variety of different fonts. And there's like a capitalize. I can go to corner point and make it larger. And then does it give me here to be nice if they gave us the option to add a drop shadow though, to let it kind of
I
jump
thought they
from the
did, huh?
background.
In the settings to the right.
No,
Yeah,
when I go to
alignment
here,
and
it's more like
copy
duplicate.
paste.
You can
Okay.
flip it. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Put it over a dark area or something.
Right.
Soon enough, we will get the drop shadow options. But yeah, basic idea. Like it took me, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes at the most, and you have a
Right.
nice portfolio. Now, one thing I did notice when I was kind of looking around though is you have this share button, and when you say share, then I could, add your email
Mm.
and or copy the link and invite you to work on this, which is nice. But I didn't see
Wow.
like a direct download button though. And so I wish they would make that an option that like if you make something like this, you can download it as a JPEG or a PNG file.
Huh. I thought there was somewhere, maybe
Yeah.
in the far right below the magnifying glass. I think there's some settings there. Yeah.
This is more
What
like
is that?
transform, blend modes,
Oh, so
generate.
you can set percentage. Okay. Oh, those are the properties. Oh, go back to your text. I bet you that's where your drop shadow, or maybe, I don't know. Is there
It's
properties there? Typeface, fill.
well, that's just
Uh,
color. Yeah, the color of the.
oh, and opacity. Okay.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, a good point you make is right here. Is right underneath should be like drop shadow or
right.
shadow or whatever they want to call it. But
Yeah,
give us
this
that
is just
option.
not a like next week it'll be 10 times better than this. So stay tuned, buddies. And I'm certain they're listening to you, Andrew, because you've been doing more of these shows, and Adobe needs to listen to your
Oh, I
brilliance
think we're
too.
doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah,
Showing some
yeah.
great
You know,
stuff.
we're dangerous men changing the world and make it better.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was a basic, showing of Firefly boards, and it is in beta. I see,
Okay.
but now Rick is going to share his screen, and he's going to show you a wonderful, more advanced way of doing it. I haven't had time to
Well,
kind of build what he did, so
yeah,
here's
so I'm
Rick's
actually working
board.
on this play, and this is what the play is going to be. So I've generated these images elsewhere, as you can imagine, but the play is called A Year Without Summer. It's the year that Frankenstein and Mary Shelley created Frankenstein,
Right?
and Joe Palomdori created Dracula. It's a whole long thing, but it's going to appear in the Sphere. It's going to be like a Hamilton play. So to tell the story, I have all these storyboards. So this
You should
is
get funding for
basic.
this. You should have
Oh yeah, I'm
proposals.
getting funding right now. So
Oh, good.
this is happening. So I'm
Excellent.
describing each one of the characters. So I'm doing storyboards. So the cool thing about this is I can go in here and I can generate a new image based upon this, for example, or I can download the image.
Oh, so
I
you can
can
just hit Barry. Wow, that's cool.
remove the background. Awesome. And I can
So
come up with more.
So I was
So
going to say it's becoming kind of like the contextual taskbar that they have in all the different apps now.
yes. So just by clicking on it, you get this contextual taskbar. This is actually to generate a new set of images based on this.
Wow. That's
So, okay, not only is that super cool, and I can download here, and that's why I was thinking if I
but I
zoom
think
out.
that's just for an independent part of the
Well,
whole
let
thing.
me see. So that there's your question, and I want to see if we could do the whole thing, and if I can download it. Let's see, group it. I bet you I then can download the whole thing.
I didn't even
Bingo.
I didn't even get the contextual taskbar to
Yeah,
jump
try
into
it
that
again. You have to click on an image to get it. Now that I've
and then
grouped
group
this
them.
together. Okay, so I'm going to ungroup it. To zoom in and out, do Command plus and Command minus. If you ever used Adobe XD, this is the way you get around. So you hit Command plus, Command minus, just like in Photoshop to zoom in and out. Then you hold a space bar, and I want to move over here, and I want to move down to this little area. So here's Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
So here's a song. This is my version of Mary Shelley as she created Frankenstein, realized that she'd created a monster, right? It was Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
But watch this.
Oh, cool.
With my pen, I give life to the unbelieving.
You added the song through
I created the song
Boards?
entirely.
Life is this I'm giving.
Pretty
So
fun.
if you want to take a look at my YouTube channel, you can watch all these videos and you can get the idea of what this is. So within my storyboard, I have here it is going to be at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and it'll be around the world. This is Hamilton, but starting at point is in the 1800s when a giant volcano launches off, right? And destroys 6 million people, wipes out all the crops around the entire planet. It was an extinction level event. And while that was happening, these rich folks are sitting up there, and here's the sort of my comic book rendering of this. They were asked by Lord Byron to create an immortal monster. And Mary Shelley created Frankenstein, and John Paul Madari created something that turned into Dracula. So that's my start point. So I have these, this is the Greek chorus. On the side, it's going to be the people that died that time while they're up in this mountain, having a great time. Like, who's going to speak our name? This is the Greek chorus that's saying, well, you guys are up there inventing monsters. There's real monsters that killed all of us. So the farmers froze to death, and this is 1816. So I'm storyboarding an absolutely epic process, which includes still images, words, and text. And then within this, I can take any image and grab it. Let me find an image that's kind of fun. Here we go. Let's use this guy. And I can go over, and I'm going to generate from this. So I'm going to first bring up my contextual menu, describe what you want to generate. Let's see if I can get this to work.
There it is underneath, vary, edit, underneath your image.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. So I want to vary this. So what's having trouble getting vary? Okay, so variations, I'm going to click right here,
But
and it's going to generate
it, right?
It's going to generate right here live based
It's
on
just
the
funny because
image.
it says it's having trouble, but then it looks like it's generating.
Yeah, hopefully it will. It takes the same amount of time. So there it is. So based on this, it created a text, and then it generated this image, and it will create two.
Wow.
Not really fantastic, but you get the idea, right? Now I could take
a lot of fun
this,
for playing too, right? Like you just kind of
right. So you're kind of iterating. I wouldn't probably start with this. In fact, what I would probably do is go over and generate it and then bring my variations in here. So my characters grow up into the year 2025, and there are these new characters, and they have this rap battle. The dead person that's based upon a king and a leader and a vampire that sucks life out of everybody.
This image was created in what?
This was created in Ideogram after talking to ChatGPT for about an hour and a half.
I was gonna say the detail and the sense of depth is quite nice too. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's iterations. So my normal process is this. Here's the secret sauce. Go to ChatGPT and have a 2-hour conversation. Here's the play I'm doing. Here's the scene I want to set. So this particular one here is generated after about an hour and a half. And then I say ChatGPT, or you can use Copilot, anything you want. Give me a prompt that I can use in Firefly. So it studies how Firefly generates the prompts and gives you a perfect prompt every time. Give me 5 variations. Okay, so in this case, inside the sphere, you're going to have the live actor sitting on the stage. So I want to present this to an investor, right? And you project it into the sphere, and you've got Donald Trump, and you've got Stalin and Caesar, etc. And here's the song that he sings. So there's a live actor. On the left and right is that chorus line that you heard about earlier.
His voice sounds like a guitar.
It is.
It's singing, but you hear like a guitar.
You think I'd let you try?
So basically, I went into Suno with the words I created in ChatGPT with a prompt so I create a still image. The still image you see right here is my start frame. I take the music I generate from Suno, which is an MP3. I load them into Hedra, H-E-D-R-A. I know this is way deeper than you wanted to go, but it created this, including full instrumentation.
I think
everything.
you need to clone yourself to get all this stuff done that you want to get done.
I did clone myself and my voice and my picture, and that's another day. But so this is what anybody can do. It's limited only by your imagination. And for me,
pretty cool.
Putting this all in one place lets me think about this in a different context. How does the story go from left to right? So I'm going to put a timeline as to what year this is, and my script will then be underneath.
Right. And some people use the boards just for, kind of brainstorming. But here's a great example of where it's a very focused project.
Right. So that's your basic thing. So what they do as examples, here's a brand design. So I teach for the last 25 years graphic design. So if you're doing a brand, you want to have consistent color palette as well. And you can take these and read the case study, and you can remix the file. That means if you're working on a branding project, so my students are going to be given this when they're in the branding class. It's a 16-week course. They're going to create their brand. They're going to keep everything there. And they can hit remix, and it creates all the assets there for you, and you just re-enter your own original content and ideas. So it's a whole game changer. And here they are, right? So here's the design brief. So imagine this. My student who is sitting there, let me see if I can zoom right into this guy here, right? Is just going to come over here, and they're going to design the design brief. So I make them do every step. They have to have a project overview. They have to have an objective. So this is what I actually have my students do. This is how we're teaching the class come the next semester.
Nice.
And then they come over, and then what are the key elements of your design? And then what do you remix? What's your color palette? This is the mood board for color, right? Calm, moody, cozy. This is literally what I have my students do. And now they can do it in one application, and in a team of 18 students, they can all work on different parts simultaneously.
So don't forget how wonderful it is to be able to utilize Firefly boards. Shall we jump into some of the other features?
Yeah, let's do it. Your turn.
Yeah, excellent though. Excellent. Okay, so let me go over here. So translate.
I can't tell you how excited about this. I'm waiting for August when the classes start back up, because I'm like, wait till you see what we got now, because we didn't have it last semester. This is brand new.
Say multi-image. Then, and just another thing to remember in Express as well as Firefly, always go to the top left and give a simple title for your work, so you don't have a bunch of
I always forget that
floating around.
Good idea. And then it gets added to your gallery, so you can go see where all your stuff is at one time.
Yeah.
And is that available?
Does it also show up in files? I don't see it in files. Oh, look. So if you go to files, you have generation history. But if you go to boards, then there's the couple boards that I've worked on.
Okay. So it keeps the board separate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So now if I go back to home, you can see the featured options for, if you scroll down, then they're saying find inspiration from the gallery. So you can do, learn prompts.
I always start here because there's so many people doing really creative stuff. So when Andrew did that series with the porcelain one, you look at somebody else's stuff and you maybe start with the prompt. My respect is always never do what the original person do, add value to the world. Right. So you make it yours.
Sure.
But I'll start with a little steal, I'll be inspired by Picasso every once in a while.
Okay. So here's clicked on translate video.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just reminding us it's a premium feature, and it'll use 5 credits per second, which is why I think I made a short one. But yeah, so I just hit get started. And then I think this is just like a sample video. And then you can change it from English to Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Japanese, Korean, Hindi, etc. So what I'll do is I'll browse files. I'll go to today's presentation, and I have a video to translate. I open it up, and it says I agree. It's opening it up, and like I said, it's a short one, so it shouldn't take too long to upload and go through the translation work. Okay, so it's like a self-promo type of thing.
Cool.
So if I'm here, source language, it's still reading the file, as you can see with the preview on the left. Because
it's actually creating the transcripts, which you have in Premiere. Adobe Premiere does transcripts for you. You can edit the text to edit your video.
But it's also detecting the language. So now you can see it says English. I didn't even have to choose that. So what I'll do is just very direct, basic.
We're not hearing your audio.
Oh, you're not hearing it? Because I hear it.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Okay. And then
I think it's in the screen settings, share settings, maybe. So
I think it's a StreamYard thing. Yeah. Now here's the thing so if I want to say, before I change the language, do you know if there's a way to tweak the transcript? Because it's misspelling my name. It doesn't look like it's letting me, which is too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, misspelled mine, it's how that pronounces. So it's kind of phonetically, you know, since no one's going to see the transcripts, I guess it's phonetically important that it pronounce it correctly.
What I might have to do is download this and then upload it. So I'm translating from English to French. There's a transcript. It's telling me it's going to take 86 credits. I just hit generate. It's processing.
So to give people an idea of what that is, how many credits do you typically get with a Creative Cloud account? Is it?
I think it depends on what subscription you have. So it ranges. Yeah.
So if you have the Creative Pro account, so they've renamed the old account that was this Creative Cloud to Creative Pro. It's about $5 more a month. But what you get for that is all these generative features if you go to that. So you have the option when your current year ends to go up to the new feature, automatically brought up to that if you want to, pay the extra money. And I think you get somewhere around 20 or 30,000 credits. So 86 credits ain't nothing.
Sure.
And if you're doing stuff like generative fill and stuff like that, that's not even counting against anything. But when you create a video, you're asking a machine really to spend dollars worth of monies. So I
was going to say that one thing that it should do that it doesn't is, if it pops up and tells you it's a premium feature, it should also give you the option of like purchasing credits to utilize it.
Well, take a look at your get credits button or your actual profile in the top right-hand corner.
Well, I already know that, but
so it tells you how many credits you have left, right? So your gas tank is either full or not.
Right, but that's not my point. My point is like for people who are on a regular account with it and they don't have premium.
Gotcha.
I'm saying it would be nice to give them the option to be able to purchase the credits for projects. Okay, so I don't see a way that it's letting me, correct the spelling of my name in the transcript, which is fine. But as Rick pointed out earlier, I don't think you're going to be able to hear this. So when I click on it, I hear French, but you don't hear it, right, Rick?
Can you point your microphone at your?
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it.
Okay.
AK bio video to translate. And then
I know in Zoom they have a setting that you can enable speech enhancement or speech from other locations other than your microphone.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to StreamYard. And then let me just upload it under media. It'll be pretty quick.
So I think the overall thing, and I'm going to have, when we both post it to our YouTube channels permanently, there'll be a little handout there that kind of explains these. There's obviously, if you're concerned about how much money and how much credits and stuff like that, you have a little ticker, gas gauge, I think of it, in the top right-hand corner when you look at your profile. So it'll kind of give you an idea. So you don't go crazy, but you can do a lot. Now, imagine, though, that this is costing them a lot more than just building Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign and all the hundreds of thousands. In fact, I was going to mention that Helvetica is now part of the Adobe library, which it wasn't. You graphic designers out there that have been upset because Adobe in the font library doesn't have the classics. It's now got all the top 100 typefaces of all time in there. So they've licensed that. So it's the everything. If you're a designer, this is the only product we use in a 2-year educational process. This is it. We started adding new things as new cutting edge technology comes out, but Adobe's really got a master hold of all the possibilities.
Okay. So so I uploaded the video after translating, and so I'm going to.
Je m'appelle Andrew Kavanagh. Je suis un artiste numérique qui enseigne Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Firefly et Adobe Express. Je suis également expert de la communauté Adobe, ambassadeur Adobe Express et ambassadeur Bank.
Ah, that's awesome, man. Oh, that's fantastic.
Right. And so, just to remind you, if you're in that, translate video, there's so many different languages too. So I could also do, say, Japanese.
So it's lip syncing, not as well as some of the other ones like Hey Gen 11 Labs.
Je m'appelle Andrew Kavanagh. Je suis un artiste numérique qui enseigne Photoshop, Lightroom.
It's but it does, the thing that it does try to keep my sound and my intonation though, which is nice. It didn't just give me a totally different voice.
It sounds like watching Squid Game on or one of those Netflix things where the lip sync isn't quite perfect, but it's really good, for what you got, and it's built in, so you don't have to go somewhere else to do it.
Now, did you have a video similar? And maybe you could send that to me. Do you see the private chat here, or maybe in Facebook chat, and I'll download it and then upload it to play for you?
Oh, well, can I play it through QuickTime?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. So
I think
let me share your screen. So add, okay, 1 second, I have to remove mine, add yours. There we go. Okay, so I can see you.
You can see me with a teacher shirt on?
Yep, magic.
Okay, here we go.
Mi nombre es Rick McCawley y estoy aquí hoy para hablar sobre la nueva función de Firefly para cambiar mi voz mientras hablo inglés en este momento a otros idiomas.
Can you hear it?
¿Cómo funciona?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was originally you speaking in English, and then you chose Spanish to translate.
Correct. So I literally did this 10 seconds before I got. That's why I was running late. My apologies, but I was trying to get this done because I wanted to have a show, a real thing. I mean, so that's pretty cool. So, if you think about what all you can do, I mean, just let's recap what we did. We're making images, we're going to video, making text to images, and we're translating video right here. And then new things coming up, enhance your speech, and then text to avatar. So that means you'll text, it will talk in every single language that you've got out there. You give it a script.
Right.
And then, of course,
do you have a translate audio example? Because I have one if you don't.
No, go ahead. Yeah, it's all yours for sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have one that's the sound effects, I think, that I showed a little bit earlier. I can go deeper into that when you're done.
Let's see, more music.
But the new avatar is new, so it is available to try out. So this one you can try out today, the text to avatar.
Right. So
it's in beta, so it's not full yet. And then the new one is also voice to sound effects, which is awesome.
Well, let me show you the feature I was talking about, which is the just to follow up with that. That's all. This was the translate from video, and then it's also you have translate audio. So I could say browse files, and I could do like a file that I can upload, and then. What I wanted to show was if I come back to StreamYard, I've uploaded as an example. So you won't see anything, but you'll hear it. So ready?
Yeah.
I'm a digital artist who teaches Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Firefly, and Adobe
Express. That's the audio.
I'm also an Adobe community expert.
You can hear that, right? Okay.
Yep.
So what I'll do is I will go back. That's just the audio. And then I'll go back to the page. And maybe I need to just upload the browse files. Present audio and video. This is kind of weird that it's not. Here's the audio to translate as an M4A file, but it's not letting me upload it directly into the translate audio.
Yeah, I think it's MP3s, MP4s. There's a limited number. Can you do an ABI file? It gives you a list there of which ones you can or can't do.
In general, on a Mac, you can just kind of change the source, right? Like
yeah, you can right click and have it translate it into a different file format, I believe is the. That's actually a cool, super secret trick that I didn't realize before, because it makes MOVs all the time out of iMovie and stuff.
MP4?
MP4, yeah.
And it'll say, do you want to? Yeah, and I'll say,
use MP4. Yeah, I wonder if that will do the trick. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think
that's what the problem is.
Yeah, MP4.
It'll do away.
It shows.
Now you got it.
So now I can upload it. I don't see any progress bar anywhere, do you?
Now, what's really cool about all this, you can do it on your phone in an app or your iPad. Ooh, or your what's the generic name for a tablet? Your tablet, right? Because it's cross-platform.
I don't see the. Oh, there it is. So there's this one, but that's just the video. It doesn't seem to be, even though it shows the MP4 now as if it's going to upload it. Every time I say open, it doesn't pop up.
Yeah, you might have to right click on it and get it to fully translate it for real instead of just changing the suffix. I'm just guessing there, by the way.
Right click and then choose what though?
There's something about translate, encode selected video files. That's it.
That's what I was hovering.
So you can encode it and then you choose the file format. There's your trick. That is actually a super secret Apple trick that I didn't know until last week. So yeah.
What do you think would be a good option though? Are the
the
compatible?
1064, 1080? Well, you don't need. You just need audio only. That's all you need. The very
but if I
last
choose
one.
like H.264, is that going to be compatible though?
Well, look, H.264. I don't. Was that in the list of the things it understands?
Yeah.
Try audio only and see what it gives you. Probably an MP3, my guess.
AAC.
AAC. I think that's one of the ones that mentioned that was compatible. Check at your list there.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So you want MP4, MOV, MP3, WAV, or AAC. Those are the four formats that work.
So I'm going to do get info and see if it does say.
Yeah, so that is now an official.
It does say MPEG AAC. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, MPEG 4 is an AAC audio file only portion of that.
Oh, say audio to translate to. Okay, so browse audio to translate to. Still weird, like not showing any progress bar. You think I should change the file format to AAC?
I don't know. You could give it a shot, but it should do either one, or maybe just truncate the AAC thing. Let's see if that does.
It looks like it's going to now because it says I agree.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, but you won't hear this, right?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
Not yet. No.
No.
You could probably download it and play it through your QuickTime player or whatever.
Right. So it's now translating the audio.
Okay.
You have to have a compatible file, and then it will translate the audio. It sees that it's auto-detected English, and then you choose the language. So this time, instead of French, we choose Japanese.
Gotcha.
And then I cannot. Well, this one I don't even need to change the transcript. I like what it says. And then I just say generate. And then I'm going to download it and then upload it to StreamYard so we can all hear it. But yeah, it's pretty
Isn't
cool.
That awesome? I mean, think about what you're doing here. It's nuts. Now you've got now don't forget, most of these things are available as an app on your phone. In fact, I've got my files are synchronizing right now, so I've logged into my phone, and I can actually bring up and show you the
Right, but we
Firefly.
want to focus on Firefly. And
Yeah. Well, no, it's Firefly on your phone.
That's right. Okay. Yeah,
I actually created that dragon video on my phone alone. I was in bed.
Cool.
All that stuff.
I thought you meant like other competitive apps.
No. This is all Firefly. So it's on your laptop, on your desktop, on your phone, and your tablets. All 4 platforms.
Okay, so let me see.
So
it will upload this file, which became a WAV file. So I say.
Now, when you're using it on the your tablets and your phone, there's a few less capabilities. Your tablet's pretty good, but on your phone, but you can make fire-breathing dragons make noise. So, what else do you want?
So, today. Okay, I think it's loaded. So let me just, the first one was just saying I'm a digital artist, it's in English. So now when I play the translation.
私はデジタルアーティビストで、Photoshop、ライトルーム、Adobe Firefly、Adobe Express を教えています。また、Adobe コミュニティエキスワイルト、Adobe Express アンバサダー、Blue NQ アンバサダーでもあります。
Is that playing at fast speed or what language is that?
No, it's Japanese.
Adobe Firefly,
oh, okay.
Adobe Express を教えています。また、
You got an interesting Japanese accent.
Adobe Express アンバサダー、Blue NQ アンバサダーでもあります。
It's a bit fast, though. I think I know it's.
私はデジタルアーティビストで、
Photoshop、ライトルーム、
Adobe Firefly、Adobe Express を教
That's
えています。
insane.
また、
That's really
Adobe コミュニテ
crazy.
ィエ
But
キ
it's
ス
a
ワイ
good
ルト、
translation.
Adobe
Yeah.
Okay. So that's,
Do you know
translating.
Japanese?
I handful of stuff.
You're learning, yeah.
Not as.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was saying, does your missus understand that? Maybe, even though it seemed a little garbled and fast, though. But okay, so did you have an audio thing?
Yeah, just
why don't
just
we? We're a bit late now, though. For
Yeah.
today's session. Do you want to do the text to avatar? Do you want to show that, and then we'll kind of.
Oh, you
wrap
can go
up
ahead
with
and do that because I don't have that prep. The only thing I have is to show you that it's on your phone and to show you how you do the dragon. Well, you saw the dragon sound effect already. We covered that, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do the avatar? Because you did a cute post with your
I'll
little
finish
avatar
up with
guy.
the text to avatar then. Yeah. So,
but the avatar is getting to be real humans now, not just cartoon characters anymore. That's the new thing that just came out. That's the beta they're testing that you can try right now. It's live.
Okay, so the thing that I brought up when I was in a meeting about text to avatar, though, is maybe featured video.
It's under
so here
audio.
it is, text to avatar beta.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And then when you click on it, they're reminding you it's 10 credits per second. You say get started. And then this is the, different avatars you can choose from. Now, the one thing I brought up during this, like a pre-release meeting about it was I said, it's a good variety of people, but I said, you should have, and I guess they listened to me because I think they've added some new ones. I said, you should have more artistic kind of people since this is Adobe. So I might choose John.
Okay.
John might be more, my style, more casual. And then you can choose, let's see, a background.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even tried this yet, Andrews. This is cool stuff. So you got backgrounds you can add?
Yeah. So there's all these different backgrounds you can see here on the left.
Nice.
So I can put them in an office of different sorts,
Wow.
a conference room, or, kind of a view coming around the corner. Different
Holy
business
cow.
kind of formats. And then there's this one, which is kind of nice, though. It's kind of more like he's at a creative.
That's like my piano over the back of my head.
He's
Which my
at
head is
like a conference or something.
It's a green screen conference room. Okay.
And so I'm just going to put in, the simple, my name is Andrew Kavanagh. I'm a digital artist. And I do preview audio.
Oh, wow. So you're going to have a real looking person speaking your lines, advertising for the intro to this show next time. I think you and I could just take a vacation, man. Let these avatars do our job next time. They're not as funny as we are.
Can you hear it? You can't hear it though.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to hit generate. It's going to take 142 credits, not too bad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it, upload it to StreamYard so we can see it, and then wrap up today's live session. Yeah.
Wow, this is intense, man. Because I thought we were just coming here to talk about Firefly, and I just always have thought of Firefly as making still images. Oh, we didn't even cover vector, which is awesome.
Right.
The storyboard is out of this world, crazy great for me as an educator, right? Or any
We
story.
might have to do a marathon where we do like a 4-hour.
Right? Yeah, just like take prompts and we'll build the whole world. I mean, that's what you're doing here. So if you then integrate it, so you hand off your Firefly stuff and you go over to Photoshop and you enhance it, then you bring it back and make it a video, and then you string together a storyboard, and you've got, the
Right.
Titanic. In fact, a friend of mine recreated a couple scenes from Titanic just from text.
So
and I was like,
so I was gonna say,
wow.
and that's a good question. Can you make your own avatar? As of now, no. But I do think that would be
coming soon to a theater near you. If she does want to do it today, HEYGEN or 11 Labs are the two that are already doing it. Hey, Jen, you can upload your picture, clone your voice, give it a script, pay the money, and then you can train on an hour of your video and your audio, and you get professional treatment. Now, you're talking about $150 to clone yourself, basically. And then you can then insert every show that you did. So literally we could have done this, but it would have been very expensive and not as much fun as you and I hanging out together, Andrew.
But it's a lot of options though.
But if you ever get somebody that says, well, that's not good enough, all I say is hold my beer and wait for tomorrow, because it will be.
Cool. Right. And this is, it takes a little time, but this is already almost 80%. So, I mean, you got to.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what this was like to even last year, and the fact that 5 years ago, none of this was there. Absolutely none of it.
Yeah. So you can see the progress bar. Now it's almost
like
90.
3 years old, maybe? How old is Firefly as a product?
Yeah, even only like 3 years old or less even.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see it.
There he is.
And you won't be able to hear it, so I'm going to have to download it.
Oh, and here's a little trick for you. Go to Adobe Express, duplicate this, make the background, and knock out the background for the man, put it on top of the picture of the stuff in the background, and take the background and blur it. You'll get a shallow focus shot of the man. You can even alter the video. So you can edit the video and knock out backgrounds with live video in Adobe Express. I was ambassador for them too, but I just love their products because, man, that's all you need. Pop that on social media, and it will automate the process of posting it wherever you want in the world on all your socials with your brand.
Okay, so it's uploading the avatar.
Okay.
Should be here soon.
Oh, that's crazy. We got to figure out a way to make it our voices, Andrew. I think that we're just a few seconds away from being able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of options in suggestions we can make, but it's pretty cool as it is. Okay. So here it is. So let me, ready? So here's the avatar with my text.
My name is Andrew Kavanagh. I am a digital artist who teaches Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Firefly, and Adobe Express. I am also an Adobe community expert, an Adobe Express ambassador, and a bank ambassador.
Well, that's supposed to be BenQ, but it said bank.
Wow.
Still pretty cool, though.
My name is Andrew Kavanagh. I am a digital...
It's Kavanagh, but...
Yeah, you're much better looking. Well, so like Hey Jen now has the ability to say surprise. You can actually insert the expression you want them to make and correct phonetic pronunciation of your name. So if you want a pro kit, you're going to pay a whole lot more. But you can do this right now. It's just like, it's insane. Yeah. And you can bounce it around between all the products that Adobe does to really literally make a feature-length movie at this point. So that is way cool, right? Exactly.
Very cool. So yeah, so some of the new features in Adobe Firefly with video and audio translation, pretty cool. But But yeah, maybe me and Rick might have to do like a marathon StreamYard that's like 3
I'm
hours
ready.
long and
I'm
go
ready.
over like jump around all the different apps and just keep going.
We'll just get a coffee marathon going, and we'll
That's
donate
right.
the money to somebody or do something, So yeah,
So
tell Adobe folks they want more Andrew and Rick show because
that's
it's
right.
just so
The
much
Andrew and
fun.
Rick show.
There you go.
So yes, thanks everybody. And as usual, the recording will be on my YouTube, which I'll tell you in a little bit how to find that. But if you wanted to follow Rick online, you can follow Rick at bit.ly/m/Rick McCawley. That's the best one, right, Rick?
Sure. That'll
Good.
get you there. Or just type in Rick McCawley, spell my name right, and you got 30 pages
Right.
of stuff to look at. So
That's right. Yeah,
I'm
me and
busy.
Rick are both smart about the SEO.
Yeah.
And then, so like I said, the recording will be on my YouTube. So consider subscribing for more Photoshop and Lightroom, Adobe Express, and AR digital art focused live streams and tutorials at my YouTube at youtube.com/@DrewCav. That's
Like and follow.
youtube.com/@DrewCav. Or you could just go to YouTube, do a search for Drew Cav on YouTube. Also consider following me on Facebook at facebook.com/Andrew.Kavanagh.
Yes.
They've been teasing me where for like literally a whole year, I've been just under 6,000 followers, and it goes up, but then they take people away and it goes down. And they've been doing that for like a whole year. It's like,
It's manipulation. But
yeah,
how many followers on your different websites do you have on Facebook? You got 500,000 or so, right?
well, on my page, my business page is 12,000. And then my
Wow.
groups, which I'm about to talk about my group.
Yes.
Yep. So come follow like my digital artist Drew Cab page on Facebook. And that's facebook.com/digital artist Drew. And then also you can join the AI art and digital art group where Rick is also an admin. And you need to post more in that group though.
I know, right?
So yeah, facebook.com/groups AI art digital art. Come
It
join.
is one of the best. It is the best Facebook place if you want to learn more, because people are
79,000
very
members too
generous,
recently.
very generous with their time and their efforts there. I mean, it's a huge community. So literally you could stay up all day and night just to read it.
Nice.
But it's definitely worth your follow. Please do.
And then with 392,000 members is
Wow.
the Photoshop and Lightroom group, facebook.com/groups, the Photoshop and Lightroom group. Come join. People post wonderful photography, Photoshop art, tutorials, and we will also have live events related to Photoshop and Lightroom posted.
And if you're not an AI fan, which I understand some people aren't, that's the place to go, because traditional photographers, me being a photojournalist for 15 years and 50 years of being a photographer of all types, that's where you want to go to learn, to get to refine your skill set, right? It's a free group, a community sharing environment. That's what we should all be doing, right? Give back to each other.
Yeah, Rick makes a good point. So if you want to, share your AI art and, ask AI art questions, the AI art digital art group is more appropriate, whereas the Photoshop and Lightroom, to be honest, you do have a big grouping of people who are kind of haters towards AI. So that's more a purist photography.
So act appropriately. Read the room when you walk in there. Don't go to the AI place and start hating on art. There you go. Annette, thank you very much.
Annette says, shout out for the AI art group. She's a wonderful admin of that group as well. Thank you, Annette. Thank you so much. And Annette says, thank you both so much. And we'll be doing new ones. I'm taking a little bit of a trip beginning of August, but me and Rick will schedule some for either August or September. And then a reminder to keep your eye out for information about Adobe Max. So Adobe Max is coming to Los Angeles end of October, I think the 26th through 28th. And always fun, always educational, and they always have the sneaks that shows you some of the great features that might be coming out in the future. So thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Adobe. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Have a good one, everybody.
Be generous and good to each other.